Okay guys, so today we're going to pick up where we left off with fractions and number lines. We're going to practice identifying fractions on a number line and go from there, and then we'll start comparing mixed numbers. Okay, but for now let's review what a mixed number is. A mixed number is any number greater than 1 with a whole number part and a fraction part. So, for example, this number line is only from 0 to 1. So this number line will not contain any mixed numbers. As soon as we go past this 1 up the number line, then we get into the mixed numbers because we have a whole number plus a fraction. Okay? Keeping in mind that number lines read from left to right, just like we read on a book. We start on the left always and we go across left to right. So at the left of our number line is always 0, the least amount. And the further we go up the number line, the further up right we go, the bigger the number. Okay? So for example, let's figure out how many equal parts this line is divided up to. So we start at 0, but we don't count 0. 0 is nothing, right? So you can't go 1, 2. You can't count this 0. So this is more of a hopping off point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 equal parts. So we know that 1 hop will be 1/5. And let's say 3 hops, 1, 2, 3, will be 3/5. So 3/5 is further right on this number line. We know it's bigger than 1/5. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That applies when we get into mixed numbers too. We'll review that again. So for today, your work is going to be done in your notebook. So get out your math notebook. If you don't have it, let's please go pause it here and go get it, okay? What we're going to do is two-step process. First, you have to figure out how many equal parts the number line is divided up into, like we just did. Jumping off from the 0, not counting the 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First you figure that out. That's going to be your denominator. How many parts is this line broken up into? 5. Denominator on the bottom. So let's write it. 5 down, denominator, down on the bottom. Alright, so that's step 1. You find your denominator. How many parts is this line divided up into equally? Now let's say I mark this number line right here. I'm putting a dot where I want you to figure out what the fraction is on this number line. Well, we did our step 1. We figured out that our step 1 is that it's in 5 parts. The denominator is 5. So now let's hop off to the dot. 1, 2, 3. So what's going to go in that numerator? 3. And so if I said to you, write the fraction at each point, the dot represents on the number line, you would write 3/5. Did I write that backwards? Yes, it's hard to write backwards. And there we are. 3/5. Now it looks backwards to me, but that's not what matters. Okay, so that's the example of what I want you to do today. And then when you're finished, you are going to answer these with the answer key provided. Let's just do one more. Okay, so let's say we have a number line with, we always start with 0 left and a 1 on the right, because we're working with numbers between 0 and 1, fractions. Let's divide our fraction up. Let's see, I'm going to do one. Alright, now, first step is to figure out our denominator. So let's hop off the 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this time. So 6 equal parts, the denominator is 6. D for denominator, down the bottom half of our fraction. All right, I'm going to mark this fraction line with a point right here Now let's figure out what fraction this point is representing on the number line. So let's hop off from the 0 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 4 goes in the numerator. Get it? 4/6. All right. So that's how you do these problems. What I'm going to do is I will attach the worksheet so that you can view it, and you're going to answer it and draw it in your notebook. Okay? So you're going to draw this in your notebook. Okay? And then once you're done and you've got all your number lines and all your answers, you are going to pull up the answer key and check and see how you did. So this is the example of what it's going to look like. And the directions are what we just did. You find the point, see the dot on the number line. First you figure out the denominator, how many equal parts are there overall, and then you hop off the 0 to find what the point represents. So if we do number 1 together, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, and our dot is on the 1, 2, 3rd part, so we're going to have 3/4. Okay? So it's not an interactive form where you can answer on the form. You've got to write it down in your notebook. Be sure to practice making the number line. I want you to copy the number line, and then I want you to write the fraction that the dot represents, and then you're going to pull up the answer key and check your work. Lots of steps, but you can do it. Okay? Good luck.